Welcome to the first episode of Small Kitchen Cooking. My name is Kelly and this is my small kitchen. Tonight we're going to be making a chicken and biscuit casserole. It's one of my all-time favorite recipes, one of Jimmy's favorite recipes. For those of you who don't know who Jimmy is, he is my husband, and all recipes on this channel are going to be Jimmy approved. As women, I know that we usually cook to have other people like the food, and I think that Jimmy is a good taste tester. He'll let me know when he does or doesn't like it. But the reason I started this channel is because people would tell me that my cooking was amazing and that I should write a cookbook. They were always asking for my recipes, so I figured with a video you'd be able to watch what I do and make sure that, you know, if you have any questions you can just refer back to the video, or of course you can email me. But tonight, like I said, we're going to be making chicken and biscuit casserole. So this is what you need on hand. You need 1 cup of milk. I use fat-free to try to make it a little bit healthier. All recipes on this channel, by the way, are going to be 75% healthy, 25% not healthy. Tonight's going to fall in that 25%. But I try to make it a little bit healthier. You'll see as I go along. And then you're going to need a can of biscuits. If you don't want to use canned biscuits, if you want to make your own, you're more than welcome to do so. This just makes it easier for me. I buy the small can of biscuits because usually the big one with 8 has a lot more calories and a lot more than what you actually need. So this one just has 10 small biscuits, and it's Pillsbury brand. You're going to need 2 cups of vegetables, and I buy this steamables bag from Target, the Market Pantry brand. It's like 96 cents. I can pop it in the microwave for 6 minutes and cook it, because you do want your vegetables in this recipe to be cooked already before you put it in your pan. So that just makes my life easier. You can do whatever way you want. This one just so happens to have green beans, carrots, corn, and peas in it. If you don't like those vegetables, or if you want to substitute something else, you're more than welcome to use whatever vegetables that you want, okay? And then we have cream of potato soup that you're going to need, and a can of cream of chicken soup. And this one is 98% fat-free, again, trying to stay on the healthier side of things. So you're also going to need 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts already cooked, but I'm going to save those for a little bit later. Mine are cooked, they're just cooling off right now. So you're going to go ahead and dump your vegetables into the pan. Make sure you get them all. Some of mine are sticking. And then you're going to take your milk. You're just going to kind of mix everything in here with everything else. It's just going to be a big old container of a mess right now, but it'll all taste good, I promise. So I like these little spatulas from Pampered Chef because you can really get in the cans of soup and make sure you're getting everything out. So let me just get this cream of chicken out. Oh, and you want to make sure your oven is preheating. I totally forgot about that. 350, okay? Make sure you turn your oven on at this point. Then you just want to kind of stir it together so that everything's kind of evenly being distributed. I try to buy these cans with the easy open lids so we're not pulling out the can opener. Like I said, everything with me is going to be about ease and productivity, so making it efficient. Okay, getting all of that out. So everything kind of looks like a slop right now. But you're just going to stir all of that so it can, and my dog is barking and ruining the video. Ryder, but you're going to stir all of that so it kind of evenly gets distributed. And Jimmy's being so great, he is filming for me. This is my first video, so please be patient with me. I'm going to try to figure out how to edit and do all that fun stuff. But for right now, I just wanted to get one up so y'all can kind of experience the great recipe that is chicken and biscuit casserole. Okay, so now that that's all kind of evenly distributed throughout the casserole dish, you're going to take your chicken, which I had already cooked, and just so you know, if you're looking for a good rule of thumb on chicken, these chicken breasts are already pre-seasoned from Target with like a garlic and herb seasoning. You don't have to, you can just have normal boneless, skinless chicken breasts, but to cook them 400 degrees for 25 minutes. We'll usually get it done and still keep it juicy, not dry it out. But I just use normal kitchen scissors to cut these. You can use whatever you want. This just, I find, makes it easier, and I just do a cut down the center and then Usually just cut them into little cubes like that. And I was letting this cool off. That's why it wasn't in the original thing. But this recipe, I would say, takes about an hour between cooking the chicken and then the actual casserole, letting everything sit and cool off. And then you're going to do it for 15 minutes and then take it out and do the biscuits and then again. So give me just a second while I continue cutting the chicken. And you don't want to do too big of chunks, but you don't want to do too small either. You do have the cream of chicken soup in there, so that is going to add a little bit more chicken than just your normal 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. But see how that's done on the inside but still juicy? That's the 400 for 25 minutes rule, okay? So make sure you tuck that away somewhere that you can use it. We're almost done cutting this chicken. And you're just going to stir this when you're done so that it gets all over the casserole dish. And you're going to put it in the oven for just 15 minutes, okay? So we're going to stir it, make sure all our chicken's getting everywhere. Alright, so your dish right now should look something like this. And then we're just going to take it and put it in the oven. Okay, and we're going to let that cook, like I said, for 15 minutes. So our timer's set, and then we're going to take our biscuits, okay? This is where this comes into play. And we're just going to open them up, and we're going to cut them. Come on. Oop, there we go. That always scares me. So let me grab my cutting board real quick, and we'll put this away since we're done with it. And you're just going to place all the biscuits out on the cutting board. Separate them all. And you're going to cut them into fourths. Okay? So make sure you get all of them out. I had one still stuck in there. And you're just going to cut them into fourths and kind of lay them out all over the cutting board. And we're going to sprinkle these on top when that 15 minutes is up. So like I said, if you wanted to make your own, just make sure you leave it as the dough and don't actually cook it. So I actually thought about, you know, could I make this recipe healthier by making my own biscuits with my Bisquick Heart Smart or whatever Bisquick. But I don't know, this just is easier, and when I saw that for this tub, 3 biscuits are only 150 calories. So these are all only 50 calories each, which is kind of a lot for a biscuit. But with the Bisquick Heart Smart, it was going to be 150 calories per biscuit. So I just thought I would stick to this. Plus, they were having a sale on the multi-pack, and I make this recipe all the time, so I figured I would just get that. But like I said, you're going to want to cut it into fourths, like I'm doing here. Cutting it up. And I'm just placing them around the cutting board so that they can be separated. And I use like a nice knife. You can probably use a butter knife to do this. It's up to you. And you can have these prepped ahead of time too. I wouldn't do it too much because they might dry out, but I like to do it while the other one's cooking, so it kind of gives me something to do for that 15 minutes. Of course, it doesn't usually take that long. Okay. So we're cutting these. And also, if you have any friends who you think would enjoy my channel, then send them on over. Make sure y'all subscribe so that you get the emails when I post new videos. It'll usually be Sundays whenever I cook for dinner Saturday night, or Friday night I'll try to make the video. I also am going to do breakfast videos, snack, desserts. I mean, and I'll take requests too. So whatever y'all are wanting me to try to make healthier, I would love to accept that challenge. Right now in my mind I'm kind of working through a healthy spinach and artichoke dip, so be on the lookout for that. Also my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Kelly's Small Kitchen Cooking. If you go and like that, some of the recipes that I don't necessarily make a video for will just be on there for you to access and try. So your biscuits should look like this when you're done. And then we're just going to wait for that other casserole to finish. Okay, so I just pulled it out of the oven and the sides are kind of getting a little crispy. So I'm just going to stir it a little bit. You just want to stir it real quick when you take it out, just to make sure the hot stuff is being evenly distributed across the pan. Okay, and then you want to take those biscuits that you prepped and just place them all over. I try to like do them in a cute little pattern. It doesn't matter. Just place them all over. The pan. And then we're going to pop them back in the oven, and the biscuits are going to taste so good on top of the yummy moist casserole underneath. And you want to make sure that you cover the whole dish with biscuits. So if you want to go in like a line first or whatever you want to do to make sure the whole dish is covered, do that. So I'm kind of going around making sure I'm getting corners and things. And of course the biscuits are going to expand once you cook them, so you don't have to worry about putting them too close together. But you just want to make sure that you get the whole thing. So I'm just going around in a circle, making sure I'm getting the whole pan. And so I guess if you made your own biscuits, you could like drop them with a spoon if you wanted to. Uh-oh, I did not get the whole pan. I broke my own rule. Okay, I'm moving these around a little bit. Just trying to make sure I'm covering everything. Okay, so your pan will look something like this. And they'll actually start cooking a little bit because what's underneath of it is hot. So you're going to take this and pop it back in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, I would check it at 10 minutes, see if the biscuits, you know, are getting golden. You don't want them brown, but you do want them done. And then if they still need a few more minutes, put them back in, okay? So we're just going to put that back in the oven. Alright, so I like my casserole on the lighter side, and so this is what it should look like when it is done. And it is going to be so good. Y'all let me know what you thought, okay?